Assalamualaikum. I am Nur Nadia, together with my group members, Liana, Shahira, Sharifa, and Hayati. Today, we are going to present about Pasteur Institute outside France, the history and its importance. So let's proceed with the introduction. Okay. So who is Louis Pasteur? He is actually the founder of the Pasteur Institute in France that was built in 1887, which adopted his name. And back in the year, the institute was built to provide rabies vaccinations and to study on infectious disease. Next slide. The missions of Pasteur Institute. So first is for the research. The Institute Pasteur is an international center for biomedical research where its research is based on 4 essential strands. And as for the health, since it was set up in 1887, the Institute Pasteur and its international network are putting their scientific expertise to work for the health of populations and individuals. And the Institute Pasteur Medical Center specializes in infectious and tropical disease, travel medicines, and also offer dermatology and allergy clinics. And knowledge transfer is one of the Institute Pasteur's core missions. Since it first introduced the technical microbiology course in 1899, it also offers classes and workshops, pre-doctoral and doctoral courses, and online courses throughout the world. And Pasteur Institutes also promote the innovation, development, and technology transfer. And through the industrial partnership, patients are able to benefit from the discovery through the development of diagnostic tool and new treatments. So I pass to the next presenter.
So for the history, Louis Pasteur, a qualified chemist, was born on December 27, 1822 in Dole. Louis Pasteur's life was filled with revolutionary discoveries. A tireless and dedicated scientist, he traveled extensively throughout France to prove his theories and solve agricultural and industrial problems caused by infectious disease. So every discovery opened a new field of investigation, leading to further breakthrough. So what do you think he has done? Louis Pasteur's life work can be divided into 3 main parts. Chemistry and the observation of crystal led him to study fermentation. And this led to his disproving of the spontaneous generation theory, which is a key discovery that opened the doors to microbiology and vaccination. In 1847, Louis Pasteur, a young chemist, freshly graduated from the prestigious school, set to work on the problem posed by German physicist named Ilhard Charles. So basically, he did a research on molecular symmetry. So in 1865, Louis Pasteur raised a new set of research questions, such as where do fermentation agents come from? Next, in 1885, between the age of 50 and 65, he developed microbiology, applying it to medicine and surgery. Having established that disease were caused by microorganisms, he then sought to identify and find a means of fighting them. His finest accomplishments was rabies. So for the next history, I will pass to the next presenter.
So I will continue with the history timeline of Institut Pasteur in France and outside France. So in 1888, he created Institut Pasteur in France. Next, in 1889, First Institut Pasteur was built outside of France, which is in Saigon, which for rabies and smallpox in Indochina. In 1891, Emmerich launched world's first microbiology course, which is technical microbiology. And in 1900, Institut Pasteur was built in Antananarivo, Madagascar, and surgeon brothers of Institut Pasteur, which were studying in France, were sent back to their hometown in Algeria for a permanent anti-malaria mission. Next slide. In 1905, Institut Pasteur was built in Tunis. In 1923, Pasteur and Rabi Center associated with Imperial Institute of Experimental Medicine and become Institute Pasteur in St. Petersburg. In 1932, yellow fever vaccine was developed by Jean Legret from Institute Pasteur in Dhaka, and plague vaccine was developed by George Girard and John Robin from Institute Pasteur in Madagascar. In 1940, Institute in French Guiana was built for developing treatment of leprosy and epidemiology research on malaria and yellow fever. Next slide. In 1953, Institute Pasteur was built in Nha Trang, Vietnam, and it set up a veterinary annex in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, for rinderpest vaccine production. This make a decision to build an Institute Pasteur in Phnom Penh, which was named as Institute Pasteur in Cambodia for human biology and diseases research. In 1954, Institute Pasteur was built in New Caledonia for identifying a viral type of dengue during an outbreak and create an arbovirology and entomology unit. In 1961, Institute in Bangui was developed for research on arboviruses. Next slide. Okay, in 1972, Institute Pasteur was built in Cote d'Ivoire, which involved in development of rapid diagnostic technique for arboviruses and enteroviruses as well as in microbiome monitoring. In 1989, General Declaration of Scientific Cooperation was created to formalize their membership of the All Institute Pasteurs and resulting rights and regulation, and they are named as Institute Pasteur International Network. In 2000, Institute Pasteur in Phnom Penh was built to investigate emerging and re-emerging infectious disease such as SARS, influenza, AIDS, dengue, and hepatitis C. In 2002, Center for Medical and Health Research in Niger joined the Institute Pasteur International Network as an associate institute, and it researched about bacterial meningitis, malaria, and HIV or AIDS. In 2003, an institute in Brussels, which was founded by Jules Bordet, joined International Network of Institute Pasteur. In 2006, Institute Pasteur was built in Montevideo, Uruguay, and joined International Network Institute Pasteur. In 2012, Institute Pasteur Laos was built and is aimed for infectious and parasitic disease and to reduce risk of pandemic outbreaks in Southeast Asia. And lastly, in 2016, Institute Pasteur in Guyana was built and it was planned to be built since 2014 because of Ebola crisis that emerged.
Okay, next we will proceed to the importance of Pasteur outside France. Next slide. So one of the importance are the research focus on virus representing a risk of public health in the region and contribute to investigating emerging and re-emerging infectious disease such as in China, where it including SARS, influenza, AIDS, dengue, and hepatitis C. It also helped in tackling emerging outbreaks on a long-term basis. For example, the joint determination of the France and Jenin president. Other importance is that to reduce the risk of pandemic outbreak, especially in Southeast Asia, where such disease arrive. Next, we will proceed to the next presenter.
So next, for the importance of Pasteur Institute outside the France is important for the development of a treatment for chronic infectious disease that we know infectious disease is most common one that cause a death, such as leprosy. Next is important for the development in epidemiology research, such as on malaria and yellow fever. And then lastly, it is most crucial one for the development of rapid diagnostic techniques, especially for laboratory diagnosis for the infectious disease. Okay, for example, disease that infects by arboviruses and enteroviruses, and also contribute in microbial monitoring. So in conclusion, the importance of
Pasteur Institute outside the France is to decrease the global burden of infectious disease by the development of microbiology and vaccination.
That's all from our group. Thank you.